Welcome to the Marketstrat Pulse Insights audio briefing for the week ending August 14th, 2026. I am your automated host, Zara, speaking for Marketstrat. This week, we are bypassing the clinical hype to focus on a major structural transition in medical imaging. In our analysis, the industry's center of gravity has shifted. Competitive advantage has moved entirely beyond simple regulatory authorizations and pilot agreements. Our data shows that durable commercial value is now concentrating with companies that control the underlying monetization rails. This means owning either the critical physical component, the deployed clinical workflow, or the payment infrastructure itself. Let's begin in the OEM supply chain, where we are tracking the year's most significant upstream transaction. Teledyne Technologies has entered into a definitive agreement to acquire Varex Imaging for $18.90 per share in cash, valuing the transaction at approximately $1.1 billion. Our Marketstrat POV is that this transaction shifts the competitive lens from finished scanner brands to upstream component dependency. Varex supplies X-ray tubes, flat panel and photon counting detectors, and high-voltage interconnects. By bringing these assets under Teledyne's balance sheet, they are securing a dominant share of the upstream medical imaging value chain. For finished scanner OEMs, this introduces a critical new dynamic around channel neutrality, pricing assurances, and design privacy. Now let's pivot to the provider-led software platforms. The strongest signal here is the relationship between captive networks and external enterprise growth. We are tracking RadNet's second quarter results. Their digital health segment, which houses Deep Health, generated $32.4 million in revenue, up over 56% year-over-year. Even more striking, digital health annual recurring revenue surged 97% to $105.5 million. In our analysis, the most important metric is that external customers now account for 63% of that segment's revenue. This proves that RadNet can successfully productize and sell its internal workflow improvements to the broader market. However, we urge investors to watch the operating conversion. Digital Health adjusted EBITDA actually declined to $2.5 million, proving that scaling enterprise imaging platforms requires highly capital-intensive sales and support infrastructure. We see a very different model of commercial execution at Heartflow. This is the gold standard for case volume AI economics. Heartflow reported second quarter revenue of $64.1 million, representing a 48% year-over-year surge driven directly by US FFR-CT and plaque case volume. Furthermore, their gross margin expanded to a highly impressive 83%. This is the exact operating leverage we look for in digital medicine. However, total profitability remains one gate away. Heartflow's operating expenses hit $71.1 million, or 111% of revenue, as they continue to fund heavy sales, technology, and clinical research teams. At the same time, Aidoc is tackling both clinical governance and payment rails simultaneously. First, we are watching 12 major health systems, including Sutter Health and Cedars-Sinai, partner with Aidoc to form the Diagnostic AI Consortium. This group will spend the next year co-designing workflows and measuring clinical speed, providing a vital shared governance framework. Second, Aidoc unlocked a critical new inpatient payment route. Beginning October 1st, their Care Multi-Triage CT body module becomes eligible for a Medicare New Technology add-on payment. This NTAP is a meaningful adoption milestone, offering a maximum of $137.53 per eligible inpatient case. It provides an immediate financial offset, reducing the procurement friction that routinely stalls enterprise AI contracts. Finally, let's look at the commercial activation gate. Perimeter Medical Imaging AI has moved its Claire system from clinical trials into active daily surgical use at 2 Intermountain Health hospitals under a system-wide agreement. This is a vital commercial milestone, representing the first live health system deployment of Claire. We are also tracking Lantheus, which just received FDA approval for its new TAU PET agent, TAUKLARIFY. But remember, Regulatory permission and commercial availability are separate events. Lantheus is still assessing its commercialization path, and this launch will occur directly under the umbrella of their pending $8 billion acquisition by Curium. What is the strategic takeaway for you this week? Our position is definitive. Providers must govern AI through a paid-use ledger, tracking eligible studies directly to realized payment. For vendors and investors, the lesson is clear. Stop chasing clearance counts. Your value depends entirely on how many monetization gates you control and how efficiently you convert contract value into cash flow. That is your Pulse Insights briefing. I am Zara, speaking on behalf of Marketstrat. Keep your focus on the workflow, and we will see you next time.